Guys, this is my official review for Spider-Man on the PS4. Everyone's been excited for it. This has had an insane amount of hype. This has had just an insane fucking following. I mean, I've never seen anybody go nuts over a fucking game. Like, people have gone nuts over this shit. And we're gonna see truly if Spider-Man PS4 is the true next generation experience that everybody has been saying it is. Now, what does it say on the back of the box of the Spider-Man PS4? Now, what it says, guys: when a new villain threatens New York City, Peter Parker and Spider-Man's world collide. To save the city and those who he loves, he must step up and be greater. And that's all it says, guys. That's all that the game says. So this game, before I get doused by the Xbox fanboys by calling me a Sony fanboy, I'm going to say this. This might be the biggest pile of shite that I have played on the PS4, guys. I would rather stick my cock between two hot flowery baps presented to the nearest homeless cocker spaniel and say dinner time Fido. I would rather do that than play another second of this absolute shit that they call a game. It is absolutely disgusting that this is allowed to be called a game. Right, are the Xbox fanboys gone? Are they gone? Are they gone? Because they're gonna harass me if I call this game great. Are they gone? Okay, they're gone. Good. Right. Guys, this game might be the best game on the PS4. I'm not lying to you. This game, honestly, now, true talk now, this game might actually be PS4's greatest title. Might be better than God of War. Might. I don't know. I'll have to play through God of War again. I'll definitely be playing through this game again. But guys, honestly, like, all I'm going to show you in the background is me just swinging. I'm going to dodge, you know, Sable units and shit like that. You know, I haven't completed the story yet, and at the time of this recording, I haven't completed the story, and we'll get into all of that. But God, guys, the swinging, that's the first thing you got to fucking talk about, because it's like the first thing you do immediately upon the game starting. Literally, first 2 minutes, you are swinging, and it is smooth, it is fun, like 10 out of 10. For the swinging. It is better, you know, everyone's like, oh, Spider-Man 2, and everyone talks about that as if it's the second coming of Christ, and I honestly think it's one of the biggest piles of donkey wank I think I've ever played in my life, just because it's connected to that shitty Sam Raimi universe with Tobey Maguire, and God, it's awful, guys. God, it's shite. Like, the swinging in that game's good, but God, is it a load of shite. I mean, this game right here, it trumps anything, any fucking thing that gay little Sam Raimi cunt did with that. Oh God, he ruined Spider-Man almost, he really did. But anyway, guys, Spider-Man, you know, don't at me, Spider-Man is the most popular Marvel character of all time. Spider-Man is easily the most marketable. I mean, children are going to fucking gravitate towards Spider-Man easy enough. It is easy to make a Spider-Man game because Spider-Man has the most villains. Spider-Man has the most, you know, history and leeway. And, you know, fair enough you could make a fun Iron Man game. Fair enough you could make a fun Hulk game. I think an Ant-Man game would even be very fun. But Spider-Man is the most popular, whether you like it or not. And it was just the most likable, really. I mean, everyone loves Spider-Man. I mean, some people hate him, some people think he's a little annoying cunt. Like, my old man doesn't like Spider-Man at all. I think he'd rather kill the cunt than go around saving New Yorkers with him. But anyway, guys, let's talk about the fucking game. Enough of me rambling on. The swinging, like I said, 10 out of 10 for the swinging. The graphics in this game, unbelievable. At night time, like you'll see in the background here, I know it'll only be 720p gameplay, unfortunately. I do apologise for that, but my Elgato's being a piece of shite at the moment, so I have to use the PlayStation share feature. Honestly though, guys, you know, the graphics look immense. They really do. I don't know where this this downgrade talk all of a sudden came from out of nowhere from the Xbox fanboys, just because they were jealous that we were getting this game and they weren't, and they have to play, you know, Lego Marvel Avengers just to get their fill on a decent superhero game. And let's be honest, that's the biggest pile of shite I think I've played since I had herpes the one time. But I'm joking, by the way. But honestly, guys, the graphics look immense. They really do. On a Pro, on a normal PS4, you're watching this gameplay right now on a Pro, but you know you won't be able to see the true full K, 4K definition of it. But I play on a PS4 Pro with 4K enhanced, and it looks absolutely fucking gorgeous, guys. It's hard to tell that the shit's a game at times. It really is. The cutscenes, they look fucking real. Honest to God. Like me and Juicy were talking about the part where Stan Lee shows up for a cameo. A little spoiler there for you guys, but it's not much. But honestly, the part where Stan Lee shows up, it's Stan Lee. Stan Lee is just in the fucking game. That's just him, you know? It's not like, you know, some bunch of fucking pixels trying to be Stan Lee. Like, it is fucking Stan Lee. It's mad. Absolutely mad. And the game is insane on the graphical front. I played it on a normal PS4, I played it on a PS4 Pro. You don't even need to upgrade to the PS4 Pro to, you know, enjoy the game 4K and enjoy it in its full beauty. You can enjoy the game in its full beauty with a standard PS4 and just a full HD TV. Honest to God, guys, it is immense on that front alone. Now, the story. Not the biggest fan of the story, because points in the story, you know, where you got to play as Peter Parker, those parts are kind of dull. I'm not going to lie to you guys, the game does slow down a little bit. It's not like the Batman Arkham games where it's balls to the wall, you're playing as Batman every second. But I like the fact that they do try to slow the game down a bit. The game has pacing, which is quite nice. You know, they're trying to... I appreciate the fact that they're trying to, you know, make this like the Spider-Man films where Peter Parker... You know, the story here is that Peter Parker has got to kind of balance his life, you know, being Spider-Man at the same time as being Peter Parker. You know, he's got this job with a really, really cool job that I can't spoil here, because if I say who his boss is and stuff like that, that would be spoiling things a little bit for you guys. The game obviously doesn't want you to know who his boss is straight away. You find out fairly early in the game anyway, within the first hour or so. But honestly, guys, like, you know, he's trying to balance his life as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. So it's a similar story to what was going on in, like, Spider-Man 2. You know, like that kind of thing, like Spider-Man Homecoming sort of thing. And by the way, I'm wearing the Homecoming suit right now as well. The suits are immense, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the story, you know, the best part of the story for me was all of the stuff with the villains, and, you know, just seeing, like, you know, if there's going to be any new villains, just seeing what's going to happen with the story in that front, you know, what's going to happen to Spider-Man by the end of it, you know, like, there's some very interesting takes in this universe. You can tell that none of this is really connected to any of the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. None of it's really like canon, but you know, there are Easter eggs and stuff. Obviously, you can find the Avengers Tower, which you guys would have seen by now on the channel. You can find Doctor Strange's house, which I'll be doing a video on probably sometime today, showing you guys how to find Doctor Strange's house. And there's loads of things. You can find the Infinity Gauntlet in a museum and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff in here that references the Cinematic Universe and stuff, as you would expect. But honestly, guys, it's just the story. The best part of the story is definitely, you know, when you're playing as Spider-Man, when you're swinging around and you got to take out the villains. You got to take out Scorpion and Rhino and Electro and, you know, Mr. Negative and all these guys. That's the best part of the story. Otherwise, you know, the story in the Peter Parker front, not really that interesting. You know, there's a side character named Miles who is a familiar character from the comic book series. Not really that interested in his story. You know, there's parts where you've got to play as Mary Jane and Miles. These are quote-unquote stealth missions. All these big reviewers are like, oh my god, the Mary Jane stealth missions, they're immense, they're amazing, they're spectacular. I'm like, really? Like, really? If I wanted to play Ginger Bimbo the game, I'd fucking, you know, I'd buy Ginger Tart the game on PS4. You know, I don't want to play some game as a little piece of shit Mary Jane. I don't want to play some game as a little cunt Miles. I want to play the game as Spider-Man. I bought Spider-Man, let me play as Spider-Man, please, you know? And if you want to play stealth missions, guys, you know, stealth missions, Jesus Christ, literally, these stealth missions, they could have been out of a Saturday morning children's TV show. Honest to God, like, the amount of times I walked in front of guards, and they seen me walk by, but they did fuck all. They, in the Miles and the Mary Jane missions, they literally just looked at me like, you know, you push over a toolbox, and I go, oh, what was that? Oh, I guess there's no one there. You know, when realistically in real life then, if the toolbox is being chucked over and you think someone's there, you're convinced that there's someone there, they're going to be like, oh shit, guys, they'll be warning the other guards, you know, guys, there's someone here pushing over toolboxes and shit, keep an eye out, you know? But instead, they're just like, oh, no, I just want to, you know, just look at the toolbox, see if there's anyone there. No, there's no one there, fuck it, oh well, I don't get paid enough for this shit. It's just like that. If you want to play real stealth missions, guys, go play Alien Isolation. Go play that game for real stealth, for real immersion in your stealth, because you will be punished if you make the slightest mistake in that game for stealth. It's like this game right here. With stealth, I mean, when you're playing as Spider-Man, it's a little better, it's a little more unforgiving, but when you're Mary Jane and your Miles and shit, it's like, oh my god, and I don't even want to do those parts. Mary Jane's a fucking tart, Miles is a little annoying cunt. Oh god. But it all plays into the story, I guess. And anyway, I'm convinced, by the way, that you'll have to fucking save Mary Jane at some point at the end of the game. The whole damsel in distress thing, that's gonna be fucking... Oh, God, I guarantee you that's gonna happen. Guarantee it. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck I was doing there. Got shot by a fucking drone. But, honest to God, guys, the story, otherwise, it's fine with Spider-Man and all of that. The suits, there's 24 unique suits overall through the game. Some of them look a little bit similar. You've got the original Spider-Man suit, you've got, you know, the Stark suit, which he gets in Homecoming. That's the one I'm wearing right now, of course. That's the suit that he's wearing all through Spider-Man Homecoming, where he's got the different capabilities and stuff, you know, with the taser webs and the instant kill mode. He's, disable instant kill mode, you know, all of that. You know, I'm wearing that suit right now. You've got a, you know, unique, number of suits from Insomniac that they made themselves. You know, you got the punk rocker one, which is really cool. Like, Spider-Man's got like a fucking mohawk, and he's got the jacket on with the badges and stuff. You know, typical metal band kind of enthusiast. You know, some of the people I go out with on a Saturday night. You know, you've got a bunch of suits. You've got the Noir suit from the comics. You've got the fucking MK2 suit, the MK3 suit. There's a Mr. Negative inspired suit. There's a Dr. Octopus inspired suit. There's like a Green Goblin inspired suit with their, you know, they like powers. It's really cool, and I love it how each suit has different abilities and stuff. You know, it's stuff that a lot of the Spider-Man games were lacking, was variety with the suits, and, you know, actually differentiating the suits from one another instead of just making you look different. Like, when I was playing through Arkham Knight and they had the different suits, it was just shit, guys, because, like, the suits just look different and that's it. Like, fair enough, the new 42 suit looked cool, and I went through my Let's Play using that suit, but I didn't feel different. I didn't feel like a different Batman in any way. Like, in these different suits, I feel like a different Spider-Man. You know, like the MK2 suit is bulletproof. The, you know, the Stark suit has the Spider-Bro ability. You know, and you can change the abilities all through the game, and it's just great, guys. It's just great. You know, the actual world itself, let's talk about that for a second as well. They have made a GTA level New York. This New York is absolutely brilliant. I've been in New York a few times now, guys, and let me tell you, this is a pretty accurate New York. There are things exactly where they are supposed to be. You know, even the Avengers Tower, even though that's not obviously in fucking New York in reality. That's exactly where it is in the films. You know, Doctor Strange's house is exactly where it is in the films. It looks fantastic, and they've got everything so accurate and so correct. It's just amazing how, you know, how great they've put effort into this city, and how just outstanding it's turned out to be. And, you know, the city's not really lifeless and dull like some other Spider-Man games. You know, there is life going on in the cities. You drop to the floor and everyone's like, whoa, you know, you might make a woman jump or something. There might be someone going, oh, Spider-Man, take a selfie with me, and oh, can I have your autograph, and oh, do a flip, you know, inspired from like Homecoming and stuff like that. So there are some great things in the game on that aspect. When it comes to the open world, though, and the other things to do other than the story, it kind of sucks. The side stuff really is very repetitive, very boring. You know, there's one little task where you've got to go around the city and look for 52 backpacks. I don't know why the fuck Peter Parker put 52 backpacks around the city, but for some reason he did. You get the... well, I'm not going to say what suit you get for it, it'd be spoiling things, but you get a suit for getting all of the... backpacks. There's like these Black Cat dolls that you go around taking pictures of, and then you fucking get a suit for that. And then there's different landmarks, like, you know, the Liberty statue, a Statue of Liberty and shit like that. You know, the Empire State Building and Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden was really cool to see in this game, by the way, because I'm a big wrestling enthusiast. But you know, there's all of that, and you go around taking pictures of all them, the landmarks, so you get the tokens for that. There's like these science experiments that you can do, which are fairly easy puzzles. But, you know, there's carjackings and kidnappings and stuff like that. You go rescue people, and there's a few gang hideouts and stuff like that. And then you go around and you play Far Cry 5, basically, with the radio towers, and you go around disabling them, very similar to what you had to do in Batman Arkham Origins. You know, loads of these games have this shit now, these open world games, for some reason. Like, oh, to unlock stuff on the map, you have to, you know, disable these radio frequencies. You know, Spider-Man has it now, you know, you had fucking Horizon Zero Dawn had it, fucking all the Far Cry games had it from Far Cry 3. You know, it's just, it's a lazy fucking feature, I think, and I think it would be a little bit better to just, like, unlock the areas like you could have in, like, the game's Crackdown, or like you could in the old GTA games, you know, just unlock, like, a harder part of the city later on or something. Like, I understand they want you to be able to discover everything and be able to do whatever the fuck you want right off the bat, but You know, these radio tower things are really unnecessary and really unneeded, I feel like. I feel like a lot of the side stuff in this game is really dull and really boring. It's like, you know, £50 for that. I don't know. It's like, that's what we're doing in a superhero game these days. I don't know. But anyway. After that, guys, I don't really know what else to say, apart from the fact that the combat as well is way better than Batman... well, the Batman Arkham series in general. It's way better than Batman Arkham Knight. Like, Batman Arkham Knight, you guys know how shit I thought that was. It's like you can just spam the square button, spam the X button, and you'd win a fight. You would win a fight from just spamming one button over and over again. Like, literally, Rabbit could play that fucking game. My dog, Rocket, could play that fucking game. And honestly, it's like... my dog's name is not actually Rocket, by the way. I just call him Rocket Raccoon because he looks like him. But, you know, it's so much better. The combat's so much better. Like, you've got to approach each and every different fucking scenario with a strategy. Like, there's going to be different enemies. There's going to be enemies with shields. There's going to be enemies with, like, brutes behind them. And these big brutes are going to take a lot of fucking force to take down. You know, there's going to be enemies with firearms. There's going to be enemies with these... you know, these whips and these electrical swords and Jatari weapons and shit that you're going to have to take out. And it's just like, you're going to have to approach each and every mission, each and every fight. And obviously, the fighting is what you're going to be doing most in this game. And the fighting's 10 out of 10 for me, really. It's way better than the Batman Arkham games. Way fucking better. And that makes the game, you know, worth it to me. Just on a plus side there. Because the fighting in Batman Arkham Knight was just dull and boring, you know, your gadgets never really had an effect on anything. It's like your gadgets here, all of your different gadgets, as you can see on the weapon wheel, I haven't got them all yet, but all of the gadgets in the weapon wheel, they all each have a different ability, they all each have a different purpose. You don't feel like you're just using them for cosmetics, you feel like you're actually using them because they mean something in a fight, which is great. It's more than I can say for most of the Batman Arkham games on that front. You know, instead of just giving you an ability and then being like, oh, you go, use it once or twice and then you're done with it. It's not like that in this game, guys. It's not. You'll have to use the ability all through the game in situations where you feel it's fit. Because I kept losing a fight. In the Let's Play, actually, you guys would have seen it. I kept losing a fight to this guy with a whip. I had to use a different gadget to take him down. With the Brute, I had to use a different gadget to take him down. It's just fucking amazing. The fighting is amazing. You actually got to approach the fights with some strategy. I had to take a drink break there. But anyway, guys, all in all, the game's fantastic. All in all, should you buy this game? Yes, you should. It's, to me, everyone's saying like, oh, why would you pay this much for it? It's a one and done game. I'll be playing through this game again. If it's got New Game Plus, I'll certainly be playing through it. I can certainly see myself playing through it in the spectacular difficulty mode, which is the hardest difficulty. The difficulties are friendly, amazing, and spectacular, which I thought was really fun. You know, there's just so much detail to this game, you know, it's like a unique Spider-Man universe. I just fucking love it, and I love Spider-Man anyway, he's my favourite Marvel guy. Just, oh my god. Honestly, man, so fucking good. So fucking good. It's just, you guys should go out and get this. You should be worried a little bit about some tedious side missions, you know, there are some dull stealth missions with Mary Jane and Miles. You know, like you see on the screen here, there's even like the little details where there's a podcast, a radio show with J. Jonah Jameson, where he's just slandering Spider-Man all the time. Like, he blames everything on Spider-Man. Like, if his toothbrush breaks, he'll blame it on fucking Spider-Man. If he can't take a shit on time before work, he'll blame it on fucking Spider-Man. Everything that J. Jonah Jameson can and can't do, he will blame on Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And then you've got, you know, just so many little details, like when you're fast traveling, you know, there's a funny little Easter egg where Spider-Man's like on the train and there's a guy like reading the newspaper just like staring at him like, what the fuck, what are you doing on the train? You know, it's just little things like that. It's just fucking great, guys. And I'm going to go and I'm going to record more of this today, hopefully finish the game off soon, because I've been lifing it anyway. And hopefully I can see what the ending is like sooner or later, because I'm really intrigued. Anyway. Guys, I don't know what rating I give Spider-Man. I don't really give ratings out here to games when I review them. I just give them thumbs down or thumbs up. You can tell this game's definitely a thumbs up buy for me. It's a definite buy. By the end of the year, it may very well be my full game of the year, because there's not many games that I play these days that just make me feel like a kid again. There's not many games these days where I just play the game and I just forget about all of the shit in this world right now, all of the cunts that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and just all of life's worries. You know, it makes me forget about everything and I'm just immersed in this world completely. So guys, that's it. I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy. Look after yourselves. Spider-Man is indeed a thumbs up game.